How's it going, everybody? It's JDM Drifter, and for this week's video I'm going to be reviewing the COBI Lada 2101. So this is now the fourth COBI set that I've reviewed on my channel, and this is the second Lada that I've reviewed as well. The first Lada that I reviewed was the yellow Lada 2103, and now this is the Lada 2101, which was the first generation Lada. This body style of Lada, which is very similar to the Fiat 124 Berlina, is my favorite body style of Lada that they've ever produced. This is also my last COBI sedan that I will be reviewing. The next one is going to be the Trabant with the Caravan, so that's why I thought I would save this one for last since it is my favorite. And after I'm done building the car, I also have these Make It Block road sets here that I found at the dollar store. I thought this would be something pretty cool to show as well. I don't think these will be scaled for these COBI cars, but these would be great for a Hot Wheel or a normal scale Lego car. I ordered this as well as 3 other of my COBI sets on eBay from Poland. I've gotten all these off the same seller other than the yellow Lada 2103 that I got off Amazon. The one I got off Amazon was from Switzerland and it took a long time to receive and the box came crushed. All my other COBI sets I had got off the same seller on eBay. They came packed well and the shipping was very fast. The eBay seller I got these from was COBI Koski. I can put a link to his eBay page in the description if you're interested in any of these COBI products. So just like all my other COBI videos, I will be doing a speed build and review of this Lada 2101. And at the end of this video, I will put this on the turntable as well as compare it to some of my other COBI cars. But before we open this up, let's go and take a look at the box. Up here on the top of the box is the COBI logo, as well as it says this is the Lada 2101. Here's a picture of the front view of the car, as well as this also does come with the little brick with the name of the car printed on it. This car is also 1/35th scale and is a part of the Youngtimer collection with 96 pieces. This set does not have the most pieces out of all the sets I've built yet. The Lada 2103 had 98 pieces, this one has 96, and the set number is 24526. Here on the side of the box, it does say it's made in Europe, and this is from Series 1 of 2020. If you don't know, all COBI sets are actually manufactured in Poland. Here on the other side of the box, it does say that this set also is pad printed with no stickers, and here is the length, width, and height of the car in centimeters. Here on the top of the box is COBI's website, as well as the scan code here for more information about the car. Here's the back of the box with the back view of the car, as well as some information here about the Lada 2101. The Lada 2101 was produced from 1970 to 1988 in the USSR. The max speed of the car was 140 kilometers, which is 87 miles per hour. This car weighed 945 kilograms, which is 2,083 lbs. This car's engine had 62 horsepower, and the engine capacity was 1,198 centimeters. And this car had 5 seats. And down here at the bottom, it says that these are compatible with other brands. I've already tested that in the first video I did on the FSO 125P. This car also does not have glow-in-the-dark headlights. The glow-in-the-dark headlight feature is only for cars with 4 headlights. So now I'm going to go ahead and open this up so I can sort and check out some of the parts that this car comes with. Okay, so here are all the parts out of the box. Just like every other one of these cars, they only have 5 bags and none of them are numbered. Here's also the instruction booklet that comes with the car. It says again here on the instructions that the parts are pad printed with no stickers, and that the instructions here are also printed in Europe. And here on the back of the instructions, it shows some other cars that are in the Youngtimer collection. These are all the Barca's B1000s that COBI makes. At some point, I definitely want to get this Barca's truck here. I think that's a really cool set. They also have here the Barca's police van, the Barca's fire chief van, and the Barca's ambulance. Here's also some more cars from the Youngtimer collection. Here on this side, it shows the Trabant 601 Fire Chief, the FSO 125P, as well as the Fiat 124. I've done a video on both of those cars as well. There's the Polski Fiat 125P, the Lada 2103 I've also done a review on, the Wartburg 353 Taxi, the Fiat 500 Abarth, the Fiat 595 Abarth, and the Trabant 601 Police. And also in this instruction booklet, it shows some of the Skoda cars they make as well. There's the Skoda Fabia, the Skoda Karoq, and the Skoda Kodiaq VRS. These are definitely some nice looking sets, but these aren't the style that I like to collect. And also in the back here, it shows a parts list of all the parts that this car has. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and open up all the parts and get everything sorted. Okay, so here are all the parts now opened up and sorted. Definitely you can notice a few more parts in some of the other cars, and there are a few cool pieces that I noticed. First up here is the grille piece. As you can see, the chrome with the black vent detail and the Lada logo in the center of the grille, as well as it has the turn signals down here underneath the headlights, just like the Fiat 124. This car also just has the 2 round headlights printed onto these little silver tiles with the detail in the middle. Both of my other COBI sets, other than the FSO, have also had the chrome hubcaps as well as chrome bumpers. Also, none of my other COBI sets, other than my other Lada 2103, have these little silver plates that go on the bottom of the chassis to give the silver trim on the side. This car also does have the same color interior as the Lada 2103 in this light orangish brown. And just like the rest of these cars, color matched printing on the pillars and trim around the windows. Now, one thing I did find that was pretty odd in one of the bags, I haven't found anything like this in any of my other sets, is this little cutout piece of paper here that says KJ-4. Not sure exactly what this was. I thought it was a sticker at first, but I was like, these sets don't have any stickers. Just appears to be some kind of set code or production code that was cut out and put in one of the bags. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and do a full speed build of the entire car. Okay, so here's the car now fully built. Just like the majority of these cars, it only took me about 15 minutes to fully build. I definitely like how this came out. Out of all 4 COBI sets I've built now, I definitely think this one is my favorite. Everything did seem to fit together pretty well with no missing parts. Out of all the sets I've built, I've had no issue with the fitment of the parts or any missing parts out of any of these sets. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my other tripod so we can get an up-close look at the car. Okay, so here's now an up-close look at this car. I definitely like how this car looks. The white steelies, the brown interior, and this light blue paint just really match this car very well. So far, this and the Fiat 124, which are very similar, are my favorites out of all the COBI sets I have built. The Lada 2103 also did look good in yellow, but I do like the cars with the 2 headlights more than the ones with 4 headlights, even though these ones don't glow in the dark. The printing on the pillars seems to match this car pretty well, just like the rest of them. Besides, it is a little bit lighter than the actual color of blue. The reason why the pillars don't always match right is they are a decal printed onto the clear windows. The rest of the bricks are actually just molded in the color, so it's sometimes hard to match. This car also has all the silver trim around the front, back, and side windows, as well as the windshield wipers printed onto the front windshield. This car also does have the vents here printed in front of the windshield, as well as the printed front grille and printed headlights. The front end here is very similar to the Fiat 124 with the turn signals here printed underneath the headlights, as well as the little turn signal dot here on the side of the car. This car does have the silver bumpers in the front and back, as well as the silver trim on the bottom. This also has the same light brown interior as the Lada 2103, and this is my only other COBI car other than the Lada 2103 to have the silver pieces here on the bottom. This also has the steering wheel on the left-hand side, as well as a mirror, which is different than the other sets. The FSO and the Lada 2103 did have one mirror on the driver's side like this one. The Fiat 124 had no mirrors at all. The other mirrors on the other 2 cars are a square mirror. This one is a round mirror, but it does not have the chrome printed on the other side. This just has the white steelies with the chrome center hubcap and rubber tires just like the rest of these, and rolls very well. And here for the back of the car, it says VAZ 2101 on the license plate and Lada 1200 here on the badging, as well as printed taillights here on the back as well. Just like the rest of these cars, it does have the curved tiles for the roof, trunk, and hood. And here's the printed brick you get with the name of the car on it as well. This just says Lada 2101 printed in black onto this white brick. Now, the Lada 2101 was produced by VAZ Motors from 1970 to 1988. In 1970, the Lada 2101 was the first car that VAZ had produced. These cars had about 3 different sizes of 4-cylinder motors, as well as a 4-speed manual or a 3-speed automatic transmission. The Lada 2101 was based off the Italian Fiat 124 sedan. The Fiat 124 sedan was in production from 1966 to 1974, so the Lada was made after the Fiat. So VAZ was the company that had made the Lada car. Today, Lada is still around, but they do not do this body style of car anymore. The last body style that was like this Lada was called the Lada Riva, which quit production in 2012. VAZ Motors is still around today, but instead of just being known as VAZ, they are known as Auto VAZ now. This body style of car had been around since 1970 to 2012 when they switched over to the Auto VAZ name. The Lada 2101 was mainly produced in Russia, but there also was a factory in Ukraine and Egypt. The Lada Riva had quit production in 2012 in every other country other than Egypt. In Egypt, they had still been producing some of the Lada Rivas up until 2014. The original Lada 2101 is also known as the Ziguli. They named it after the Ziguli Mountains by the Volga River. And if you also don't know, there's another Russian car company called Gaz, which makes a car called the Volga. And VAZ stands for Volga Automotive Plant. Lada was just the name of the car, but the company that made them was called VAZ. And all the way from 1970, starting with the Lada 2101, clear to 2012, there had been 7 different models total of the Lada. And the longest lasting model that VAZ had produced was the VAZ 2105, which was from 1979 to 2010. So this was definitely a long-lasting car. This was the start of a car that lasted production for a long time, way more than most vehicles on the road today. And an original Lada still like this of the 2101 body style is still not an uncommon thing to see in some countries that sold these cars. There are still millions of Ladas left today. Throughout the entire production, there was over 20 million Ladas produced. But unfortunately, this car was discontinued. One of the only classic Lada cars that are still remaining today is the Lada Niva. I can put a picture up on the screen of what this car looked like in real life. Now, before I go ahead and compare this to the rest of the cars, let's go and open up my Make It Blocks road plates. Here on the front of the packaging, it shows that there are 4 different types of roads that you can get. I was only able to find 2 straights and 1 turn. I still have not found these 2 other pieces here. And this does have some Lego studs here on the side as well, so you can put plants or signs on the side as well. So let's go ahead and open these up and see what they look like. Okay, so here are these out of the package. The plastic doesn't surprisingly feel too cheap. Since LEGO makes a lot of their parts in China now, the plastic has seemed to gotten faked pretty well, but there are no printing or anything onto the studs. They're just plain since this is a copy of a LEGO. I've always wanted real LEGO road base plates, but they're always been very expensive, so when I saw these at the dollar store for $1 a plate, I thought this would be something cool to get. As you can see though, the plastic molding on these are kind of discolored. You can definitely notice it here more on the turned piece, but all the white lines and everything are printed on. Thought I would open this up before I compared the Lada 2101 to all my other COBI cars so I can set my cars on the road plates. Now for a scale comparison here, my COBI cars actually do fit in between the lanes here, which is pretty good. I'll probably put these on display here on these road pieces. But another thing I'd like to check out here is how this works with Hot Wheels as well. Hot Wheels also do seem to fit on these roads pretty scale as well. So it looks like you can actually use multiple different scales on here and they can still actually work. This would be great even for a Hot Wheels diorama if you just covered the studs here with tiles. Okay, so here are all my cars set up on the road. I connected all the plates together with the little bricks with the names of the cars. So first up here, I mainly wanted to compare this to the Fiat 124. It does appear that the grille piece is identically the same, besides the little turn signals down here on the bottom do have black dots printed onto them, as well as the black on the grille of the Fiat seems to be a little darker, and of course the logos are different. The wheels and the bumpers and everything are the same, and the taillights here are just slightly different. And the Fiat has no silver trim on the bottom like the Lada. And out of all my COBI cars, the Fiat 124 is the only one that does not have some sort of side mirror. The vents here in front of the windshield are closer on the Lada 2101 and more in the middle on the Fiat. Here with the Lada 2103, it has the exact same interior as the 2101, as well as the same wheels, chrome bumpers, and chrome trim here on the bottom. And here's the comparison here for the mirror. The mirror on the Lada 2103 is more square, and as you can see, it's round here on the Lada 2101, as well as the grills are totally different with the glow-in-the-dark headlights on the 2103 and the normal ones on the 2101. And last up here is the FSO 125P. So you can see how much lighter the blue here is on the new 2101, as well as the FSO has a square mirror like the Lada 2103, as well as this car has gray bumpers and gray wheels with no hubcaps, no silver trim at all other than what's around the windows. So this was definitely a super cool set. So far, this is my favorite COBI set that I have built. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I still do have one more COBI set left to review, which is the Trabant 601 with the Caravan. Since that set has the most pieces, I thought I would save that one for last. So now I'm going to go ahead and put this on the turntable, and I think that'll be about it for this video. Well, I think that's about all for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please comment, like, and subscribe. And if you haven't already, please check out my other most recent video on the Matchbox Mercedes 220 SE. This was definitely another very nicely made and well put together COBI set, and so far my favorite COBI set that I have built. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and check out my other 3 COBI sets I've reviewed as well. And if you're not already, please follow my Instagram. It is itsjdmdrifter. I'll put it in the description as well. And for more of these types of videos, please comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.